out there. I just wanted to say a few words before we wrap up. I know it's been a really, really long day. By a raise of hands, how many of you guys are tired? Okay, so we're about to wake you up. So now is the time to wake up. A little bit about myself and my team and what I'm doing here. It's great to meet you guys. My name is Tamar Schwarzbard. I'm part of the digital team at the Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So for those of you who are not following our accounts, I encourage each and every one of you to follow @Israel on X, @State of Israel on Instagram, and @State of Israel on TikTok. So I'm going to check right after this short speech and make sure that we have 200 new followers, okay? In addition, I wanted to start with an anecdote. How many of you here have heard of the hashtag Gaza is starving? By raise of hands, how many of you here have heard of the hashtag Gaza is starving? Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the recent reports. A recent report came out, okay, by educators and researchers at Columbia University, which determined that due to the amount of humanitarian aid which has entered Gaza, there has been more aid which has been able to feed more than 2.2 million people in Gaza. Okay? So we've been hearing this misconception about Gaza starving and about there being famine and the fact that Israel is, purposely starving Gazans, and now we know that's not the case. Does anybody know when the hashtag Gaza is starving started trending? Close, October 8th, okay? Which makes us realize when we talk about pro-Israel advocacy and the fight against anti-Semitism, I think we're an amazing group of people, but there's one area for improvement. We as a group have to be a lot more strategic, okay? That's just a fact. A lot of us have really large platforms and we're great of speaking to our own communities. If we want to make sure that we can share the Israeli story, share the Jewish story, we have to be more strategized, we have to be more united, and we have to be able to work together. And that's exactly why we decided to do this summit, which we pulled together very, very quickly, because we said we have an emergency situation where we're getting hundreds of messages from young Jews and young influencers who say they feel alone and they're looking for someone to take leadership. And the point of this summit was really to bring all of you guys together, to make you guys know that we love you and we support you. And this community is unbelievable, and we're here for you, and to give you guys a virtual hug in the physical space. So what are we going to do next? What are the next steps? This is just the beginning, and I really, really mean that. The hardest part was to get all of you in the same room, okay? Now that we've done that, it's easy from here. We're going to be building an amazing, amazing community of Jewish influencers and allies, and building a community so that we can work together and amplify each and every one of our voices. So at the end of the conference, you guys are going to get an email where you're going to be asked to fill out all of your information, all of your socials. The goal is for us, as the State of Israel, to amplify your content, to better cooperate together so that we can amplify each other's content, okay? Because the numbers are not going to work in our favor, but we have brains, we have humor, we have creativity, and if we're able to kind of kickstart this community, I think we're gonna be in a great place. So that's my spiel. Thank you guys all for being here. And now, I am delighted to introduce Yigal, the CEO of Combating Antisemitism Movement, our amazing partners who made this possible. So Yigal, the floor is yours.